Mm. Welcome, people. I came home. I went to a special gathering, and I tried to get the lads on, and it's been at the back of my mind, especially with Uncle Albert, who I'm sure you guys have seen, is a call-in show, because we've been so busy giving you guys 2, 3, 4 shows a day, bringing crazy amount of guests on as well. It's just not been possible. But I came home, I messaged Ben, who has not still read it, so I'll keep an eye out if he's read it, and if he can come on, he will. Avi's AWOL, Gene's driving back home, Waxy couldn't make it, Junior couldn't make it, and Ben hasn't replied. So I thought, you know what? Here I am. I have to be the people for the people. The person for the people, not people for the people. Bloody hell. If Bilal's in the chat, he'll be clipping me just any second right now, but I can't see him. So it's a good job. But 280 people, you guys wanted it. I tweeted out yes or no, and there's 99.9% of you wanted it. And I'm not talking about my percentage of in confidence of how the Isak deal stands. Is it dependent on the Cesco deal? Is it dependent on the Vissa deal? Is it dependent on Man United sending over Hoyland, that practically putting him in a suitcase, if you're going by reports? But it's going to be fascinating. The next week or two, we will be talking about the moving parts, and do those moving parts depend if Liverpool get Isak through the summer? There's 3 people already in the backstage. There's nearly 350 of you already in the building. There's only one rule. There's a few more rules actually today. Smash a like, subscribe to the channel if you're new, and also if you want to engage, if you want to have your voice heard, then come on, talk to me. And it doesn't have to be Alexander Isak. If you want to talk about Nunes, if you want to talk about Arsenal, if you want to talk about Chelsea, or if you want to talk about the moon, it's your show, it's your agenda. I'm here to listen to you. You've hear all my rubbish throughout the week, and plenty of it. So I'm here to listen, and it'll be interesting to get your thoughts as well. And if you're watching, Uncle, I'm doing this show for you. And if you don't come on tonight, I'll be having words. But let's get started. If you don't mind, people, the guys who are waiting in the backstage, if you don't mind, please, just having your video on, unless I know you. I'm not giving any preferential treatment to the people that I know. It's just that sometimes we've had it in the past where people have come on, not shown their faces, said something really, really stupid, or put something on. Then it just affects with the whole video on how YouTube get it out there for new people to see. So hope you understand that. And let's go to our first call-in. Kieran, what's happening, brother?
Well, Asim, how are you?
You look so comfortable there right now.
Oh, nice.
I was in that position literally 10 minutes ago when I tweeted out, and I thought, you know what? Shall I put something on Netflix? Shall I put something on TV? There's nothing decent about, and it takes me about 6 months. If I watch something on a box set or Netflix, I get so attached to it. When it finishes, I can't be bothered with anything else. So I'm at that stage now. So I thought, you know what? Let's get the thoughts of the people. And here we are. How we doing, mate? Everything good?
Everything's good. I just did 11 days in Marrakesh in Morocco. So I'm back in Woking and Surrey. And I fly back to Ireland on Monday and back to work on Tuesday.
Nice. How was the weather? Everything good?
It was 41 degrees every day. It was hot. But
wow.
Marrakesh. It was great.
Was it your first time?
First time in Morocco, yeah. It's a fantastic holiday. I've rebooked another holiday to Morocco for November. So I'm going over 5 nights in November with the wife. We'll be 25 years married this year. So
Wow. Nice. So you're going back with the wife, yeah? Didn't you go with the wife this time?
Went with wife this time, but my 2 adult children decided to invite themselves. You know yourself. Well, you won't know yourself until your kids get bigger, but
no, my girl's nearly 7 now. My girl's nearly 7. Time flies. And my son was like on last Thursday, He goes, 1. And honestly, literally, my friend rang me and he said, how's your son? He must be about 4 months now. I go, funnily enough, he's 1 today. So crazy how time flies, mate. But
It does, yeah.
what do you want to talk about, Kieran? Tell me.
I just
Talk
want to
to me.
talk about the B&R channel. I just want to say congratulations, Asim, to you and the lads and all the people involved, because you're on to winner there. You've probably got the best YouTube channel at the moment.
Oh,
It's
thank you so
absolutely
much.
fantastic, and I've been following the channel from the early days. And just a couple of questions.
Thank you so much, mate. That's very kind of
No,
you.
it's the truth. And just I'm a big fan of the channel, a big supporter, and I just wanted to ask you. You used to do Beyond the Pond
Yes.
with Selection and Avi. I'm just wondering, would you be bringing that back? Would you be getting Evan back to do maybe 1 or 2 shows?
You
Because
know,
they used to be excellent shows.
Evan was a brilliant contributor to the channel. I think he's just a bit busy. I think he got a new job. I think he went into teaching. I keep in touch with him here and there. But I'll make sure I reach out to him after the
So,
show and I'll say, look, the people want you. If we can reignite that show somehow with maybe a little twist with a few other people from America as well, we will do. But
it
you're
was very
right.
good.
Evan was a brilliant
Brilliant.
guy to have on the channel. Very insightful as well. I really liked his style, but he's just been busy, and that's why probably you haven't seen him on Twitter. You haven't
Yeah,
seen him on YouTube. But I'll make sure I pass on your message, mate.
yeah, do. And also, if anyone's listening, I'd encourage them to join the B&R Ultras. It's really, really good. And the WhatsApp group is worth it alone. Like, it's brilliant.
You know what? I'm just gonna clip every single thing that you said. This is our marketing ploy now.
I
So
know,
keep on going,
I
Kieran.
know, I'm just speaking from the heart, Asim. It's fantastic. It's brilliant. And no, I just like the direction, the way the channel is going, and I'm just saying a big thumbs up to you and congratulations. It's going the right direction.
Thank you
It's
so much.
growing all the time. I remember the days where we had to wait. We could be waiting a couple of weeks for another show, and now we're spoilt. We've got shows on a daily basis. Sometimes So I do. Sometimes when I'm working a day shift, I go home at lunchtime. I do. I do work my lunch breaks around when when the stream is on, say for 1 o'clock or 12:30. So I try and get
Nice.
home watching and get back then.
At least we're giving you the content. Whether you listen to them live or later on, that's up to you. But honestly, whatever you said in the last 5 minutes, Kieran, and you're right, you've been there since day one. And I mentioned it a couple of weeks ago when we had 5 people watching, 10 people watching. And honestly, we didn't do it for that. We just did it because we love Liverpool so much, and
Yeah.
most of us, especially me and Sheen, we group with each other, and it was a kind of conversation that we're going to have anywhere in the house on a Saturday night when we get together with the lads. And we thought, you know what, let's do it. And the community that we're building with people like yourself, that we've got to know, that is the best thing about going on and putting yourself about on Twitter and YouTube. The amount of messages, especially in the last 2-3 months, that I've received, and all the lads have been receiving as well, private messages of how much it helps people throughout the day, and we become part of people's evening, and the love and the support that people like you have been showing us since day dot. Honestly, I could not, I can't sort of give you the words just to thank you, but I'm sure you want to talk about Isak. I want
No, I
to
don't want to talk about Isak. I'm just sick of Isak at this stage. Honestly, I'm absolutely sick of it at this stage because Jesus, anytime there's a little flitch one way or the other, lads get so worked up over it's the end of the world, it's the end of the world. It's just, look, Isak will get done. It's all part of the game. You know that and I know that. So
yeah,
not really worried about that. Just wanted to talk about Cesco to
okay,
Newcastle. And I was in the group earlier, and the way lads were reacting was, oh, he wants United, he wants United, he wants United. But the lads forget, Cesco didn't say no or didn't reject the bid. And even at that, the bid isn't completely rejected. They have the money's there, and they're going to pay the money. I just think the way it's structured, they're not happy with. But it'll get done, and I feel Cesco will go to Newcastle. He won't go to United.
You think
And
so?
United won't pay the money. They
Okay.
don't have the money. So that's all I really want to talk about. And people get worked up over nothing.
Do you just a question back to you? Do you think Cesco is clear that everyone's reporting that his heart is set on Man United? Do you think Man United would come with a formal offer in the next couple of days?
Come with a formal offer with players. It won't be money.
Sorry, I don't.
It won't be
didn't
money.
understand.
It'll be players. They'll have an offer that'll include players. It won't be the full 80 million. It'll probably come with Highland. I know they're interested in Highland.
Apparently, Highland wants to stay out of Man United, though. Apparently, anyway.
I don't know. But all I know is they won't. You know the way United dragged these deals out. Like, how many windows? I think it was 3 windows to drag it out before they got Sancho. Like, how long did it take them to get Mbono over the line? You know, these deals could have been wrapped up. Just when it comes to money, they really try and stretch it. So I can't see them coming in with a proper. I think they're going to try and lowball. They'll probably try and lowball RB Leipzig, knowing the fact that he maybe he does want to go and thinking, right, we can get him cheaper. But I think RB Leipzig will put the foot down and say, no, Newcastle willing to play. We'll let him go to Newcastle and we'll encourage him to go to Newcastle.
I think Leipzig had the similar negotiations with Arsenal, didn't they? That a lot. I speak to quite a few Arsenal fans, and they said we went and made good ground in Cesco talks with Leipzig. But one, they want their money; they always get their money, and two, it's the structure of the payments as well. But apparently, Newcastle have made the highest bid, but you know, it's the structure of the payments, some add-ons to sort out. But I do think that Cesco has asked for 2-3 days, or maybe Leipzig want to draw up a bit of an auction between Man United. I think Leipzig do know that Man United will come in, whether that is a player offer. I think Leipzig apparently were open to getting what's his name, Highland. Highland apparently wants to stick it out. So like you suggest, do Man United have the full-on cash to put on the table?
Think they do.
I don't think they do as well. So do they have a certain amount of time to, flog a few players? They do have some sellable assets, but I think those sellable assets, people are looking to get off United in the last 1 or 2 weeks of
last 3 or 4 days. It'd be last.
Yeah, even that
cheaper.
Exactly. Apparently, there was some talk about Garnacho, but Napoli are only offering around about 35 to 40 million pounds. Man United do want a bit, but if they do wait in the last week or two, then they might get a bit of a discount. So I hope Newcastle think that they were going to have to blow Man United out of the water and just take them off the table. Whether that happens in the next day or two, it remains to be seen. But it is encouraging that we're told that Leipzig are discussing the structure of the payment with Newcastle. They haven't rejected. I think Ben Jacobs came out and said they haven't rejected it, nor have they accepted it. So if they're just still talking to Newcastle, that is encouraging news for Liverpool fans, and when it concerns the sale of Alexander Isak as well. But if they get Cesco, I think it'll happen, not straight away, but Cesco is the replacement of Isak. Does it get complicated, in my opinion? And is the Isak deal off if Man United get Cesco? I don't think it is. I don't think it is. People might disagree with me, saying no, if they don't get Cesco, we don't get Isak. I don't think that is. It becomes a bit more complicated, and we need probably a bit more patience. But I think Newcastle have accepted that they're going to lose their prized asset in Isak.
Definitely.
Okay, Kieran, I'm going to move on.
You go,
Thank you so much,
Kieran. Thanks very much.
Take care, mate, and have a great evening, mate. Whatever's left of it.
Thanks very much. Thank you. Bye.
See you later. Let's get. I'm going to bring a couple of callers in because there's 3 people waiting in already. I'm going to bring in Harry and I'm going to bring in Abdulaziz, who I've seen before. Harry, is this your debut, bro? It's your debut, but
Yo, you're
you're
mute,
mute.
brother.
Let us hear you. Let us hear you. You're still on mute.
Still mute.
Sorry, I'm getting used to it. It's actually my first time ever going live with anyone. So
Oh,
That's a good first time, bro. That's a good first time.
yeah, we can tell.
so I didn't know. I was looking at the bottom and I
No,
was
it's
trying to
okay, man.
didn't
We
know that.
still do it. We still do it.
I've had a few conversations with you briefly. I'm Harry. I'm from Doha. I'm currently living in Doha at the minute. So
Okay,
that's where
nice,
I tune in
nice.
from. So my buddy every night she gets vexed when I'm watching build up. Switch that off, man.
Are you
But
from
'cause
the UK though? Originally though.
yeah, I'm originally from UK, but I teach out here. I'm a teacher, so I
Nice,
do.
Big
nice.
up, man.
But big up, man.
Well, Abdulaziz, how we doing, man? What's going on?
Salam alaikum, Asim. Salam
And
alaikum to you
salam.
too, brother.
Good
It's
stuff.
great. Yeah, I'm doing all right. How's you guys? How's the family?
Yeah, all good. I was gonna have the night off, but like I said in my intro, that it's been in the back of my mind
Mm,
that we need to give the people a call and show, especially what's happened in the whole
mm,
transfer window. And the next
mm.
week or two, it is going to be fascinating and
Yeah.
intriguing to see what happens between Liverpool, Isak,
Mhm,
and what people think. Because a lot of people, especially on Twitter, when I
mm,
tweet anything regarding Isak, people saying, "Look, let it go, brother. It's over. Why you talking about Isak?" So I wanted to see what the YouTube community think about the whole
mm,
Isak situation. Harry, I'm going to come to you first. Do you
mm.
want to talk about
Yeah.
Isak? Because this is your show, your agenda. You talk about whatever
D-
you like, my bro.
You know, since I've joined the Ultras group, I think it's a crazy mixture. I'm trying to constantly catch up. So I think we've had so much Isak talk, but I know everyone wants to obviously talk about it. To me, to be honest with you, I'm similar to how you guys feel. I think it's a damage limitation exercise for Newcastle. I think it's that simple. I think it's gonna happen. I think it's gonna happen this summer. And I go as far as to say if it does not happen this summer, then it's gonna be a similar situation to what Van Dijk did for Southampton, where he comes in January.
Mm,
But I think Isak refuses to play if he doesn't go this summer, like completely.
wow, he refuses
Mm.
to play. So
Really, in the World Cup
why
year?
has he come back into training then, Harry?
This is $1 million question. I think for now he's trying to sort of gain more of his fitness because we don't know if he's fully going into training yet. We're gonna
Okay.
find out that tomorrow. So if he actually, if he contributes and he goes towards training, I think it's just a case of building up his match fitness. I think he's gonna have to respect the club at some point. Because
Mm,
I think this whole thing, I know like I wasn't expecting Isak to throw to be this strong,
yeah.
going forward with it all, and it surprised me a little bit because I thought he's a quite nice guy,
Mm,
but I'm pretty much sure a lot of people thought that he's just gonna sort of just like let it go or whatever. But he's surprised. He's done worse than I think Coutinho did. That's just my opinion.
really?
Yeah, because he's fake. The injury's not real.
Yeah, I get that. But do you think he's within his rights to do
Mm.
what he's doing is because the noise that's coming through his via his camp, Harry, is that the club have gone against their word.
No, I think he's right to do what he's doing. But I'm saying in the sense of
Or you're just
from a
surprised he's actually
Newcastle,
gone ahead with
yeah,
it.
from a
Okay.
Newcastle fan point of view, I think they see it as complete, like even worse than what Coutinho did. Not from our. I like it. We're all hypocrites at the end of the day. We're all hypocrites.
I said this earlier on, but these guys were saying no, it's slightly different to the Coutinho situation. But as Promo probably sums it up correctly, he said he's a snake, but he's our snake.
Yeah, exactly.
Mm.
Abdulaziz, you tell me what you think about the
Mm.
situation, and do you think Harry? Are you saying he's going to refuse to train? Is that what you're telling me?
Sorry, I missed the question. It froze out.
Are you telling me that he's going to refuse to train?
No. I think he's gonna train. I think he's going
Okay,
to train, but I think he's training from a point of view of where he's building up his own fitness, not a case of just doing
okay.
his own fitness. I think he's gonna integrate, and it seems a bit more respectful for him to go and do that. So I think he's gonna be advised to do that.
Abdulaziz,
All right, big up. Well, big up to you, by the way. You did a lot of good work with you and Ben Jacobs, try to cover the story and all that.
thank you
So
so much.
we do appreciate that because when that tweet hit that the deal was off, I was like, whoa. Like we just started negotiations here. Like it usually takes like 2-3 weeks, and then he came and explained it to us. It's like we're just holding off until we get encouragement from Newcastle, which I think has been what's been said since the beginning of the window. Like we're obviously interested. He's interested in us. The only way that this deal happens if Newcastle opens the doors to us. So that's what we're waiting for. We're waiting for the Cesco deal to go through. I think the ideal situation is Newcastle get Cesco, Newcastle get Wisa, and then we go for Isak. That in my opinion is the ideal situation. But in my opinion, this is me talking, by the way. This is my opinion. I think Cesco want to join United, and
Okay.
he's keeping Newcastle like a safety. Like
Yeah.
if the United doesn't work out, he want to go to Newcastle. You know what I'm saying? Because like he knows Newcastle are obviously ready to pay whatever it takes to get him. And I think I heard from like the Slovenian reporters that they wanted to pay him more than what United is going to pay him.
Yeah.
So I think his ideal choice is United, but I think United are not that interested. That's what I think.
Really?
Yeah, I think United are kind of moving with caution. They're trying to make sure that he's the right player before they go in on a bid.
So
That's
why are they
what I think.
offering? Why are they offering Hoyland then?
No, they're not offering. No, Lazy want or Hoyland.
Okay.
Yeah, if you hate
And you think United are not interested in that? We lost him.
I think player power comes into it a little bit there. I think if Hoyland doesn't want to go, it doesn't matter what United do. Because
I
United
agree.
could push him away, but if he doesn't want to go, then and he wants to fight for his spot, then I don't see any reason why he would go there. I think on an ideal scenario, yes, you can give Hoyland, but it wouldn't work because I think they value him only at like 30-40 million pounds I saw the other day. So it's not like he's you know, prime R9 and he's worth 200-300 million pounds. They would get rid of him, but he wants to stay.
So
sorry about that. I had to take a phone call. Yeah.
it's okay. It's okay.
Yeah, can you guys hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yeah.
We can hear you.
All right, hold on.
We can hear you.
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah. Can you hear us?
Hold on for a minute.
Okay.
I don't think
I'll
I'm the only
remove,
new
I'll
one now.
remove you. But do you think United go in for a formal offer then?
What for
Because
Benjamin Cesco?
Abdulaziz thinks United are not even interested.
No, I think they're definitely interested, but I think with Man United is I don't think Ineos will sanction the move. I think it's too expensive for them. They can't get rid of any of their players. Sancho they're struggling to get rid of. Anthony they're struggling to get rid of. Where are they getting the money from?
Maybe that's why there is a delay. And if the player's wish is to go to United, he's probably given him. The talk is like he's open to both projects. He's going to think about it. But maybe Man United have asked just for an extra 3-4 days just to, try to, flog a few players off in the next 3 days. Obviously, it's very, very difficult. And I just hope that Isak money and then maybe the little premium that Newcastle have to pay for the player, and then maybe in 2-3 days' time, the hope is, if you're a Liverpool fan, is Newcastle blow Man United out of the water. But I don't know. I'm still a bit 50-50 with it. If you don't want me to sit on the fence and think Newcastle will get him, but if Man United totally out of the race, I don't think so. It's probably mainly because if we're led by, if we're going to believe the reports, the player wants Man United, are they?
Yeah, I agree. I think if Cesco was so keen to come, what's the hold up? He's obviously waiting for see what Man United what they can offer him as well. He's got all the cards at the minute. People forget there's a reason why Arsenal walked away from this deal because his agent was proving way too difficult.
Yeah.
And I think this is what we're seeing now with Newcastle. So I think what I find really bizarre is the whole special club clause. I don't know if you've seen that.
No, I'm not. To be honest, I've not checked the news for the last 3-4 hours. Unfortunately, I've been out.
So basically, what they're saying is that they will sell, I think, for like 80 million euros to a special club. So if they're turning around to Newcastle and saying, "No, that's not for you. You're not a special club," do you think Newcastle are going to sit there and carry on with it? Think about it.
If you're Leipzig, you want to ignite an auction, don't you? That's my hope.
Of course.
If there's an auction, I think Newcastle will win it because they got more money right now. The natural attraction is Man United, but Newcastle have got more money. But I'm interested in what you're saying, Abdulaziz. You think Man United are not kind of interested. They're weighing up their options. Is that right?
Yeah. Like if you notice, they're not going in on a bid right away. Like they're waiting in their options. They want to see if he's the right player, and then they're gonna try to purchase him. I think the Hoyland interest is solely from Leipzig's part. It's not from the United's part. You know what I'm saying? Because I think I heard that
Okay.
from Fabrizio. He tweeted that.
Okay.
But like, yeah, that's what I think. Like, I think ideally what we want and what I think the best way for us to get Isak, if they get Cesco and they get Wissa, and then we can go for Isak. But I do agree with Jake when he comes on the show. This thing will drag out to the end of the window.
You think so?
Yeah, I think so too.
Harry's
And
Harry don't
and
agree.
I don't agree.
I don't
Okay,
think
go ahead, brother.
I don't think it's gonna drag on. I've got a weird feeling next Friday.
Next Friday.
That's
Yeah,
right. Yeah.
I've got your feelings. I just feel like at the point I think it's draining how so much and the current team, the morale of the team. I think it's getting too much to the point where how long can they drag it on for? The week after the Premier League season starts, how you look at him in the interviews, you feel sorry for him. He doesn't know where to look, what to say, and I just
But do
feel
you
like
think do you think, Harry, if you're Newcastle,
yeah.
do you want him to miss that game against us on the second day of the season?
I mean, ideally they would have want him to play.
Mm.
Ideally, but I don't think that's.
Mm.
I
Is
don't
that
think
why
that's
you drag it out?
No, I don't think that's the because then Liverpool, people are forgetting as well. Liverpool have got to do business as well. We're very light, so we're not going to be held to ransom, saying, okay, you got to wait till the end now, till maybe potentially what Jake was saying the other day on deadline day. But then, what if that deal just Newcastle hold on and they just somehow convince him to stay? What are we going to do then? We were waiting for Isak, so we've got no left wingers. We've got no. I mean, the centre back will come regardless, but I think it will be. And when you guys talk about Rodrigo and all these guys, I've never believed that it'd be Rodrigo and Isak. That's just too much. So
I don't think Rodrigo want to leave. That's what I think. I think
yeah,
Rodrigo will happily sit on the bench with Real Madrid. Like I don't
He
think
doesn't
he's
want
going
to
to
leave.
us. Yeah, I don't think he doesn't want to leave. Yeah, that's
sorry.
just my opinion, by the way.
What I'm saying is, Liverpool are too smart. Michael Edwards, we're very stubborn as well. I feel like if we're being held for too long, because I feel like the Isak deal is slowing down all of our progress on other deals, on other targets. Because I think if we don't get Isak and it's a categorical no, we will then pivot to another player, which might be a Rodrigo. But we can't risk that to 2 games or 2-3 days before the window.
Yeah.
Anything that happen in those times, we ain't gonna have enough time to, and we'll have to naturally pay more for the players. So
Okay, let's add Joe to the conversation as well. Let's see what he thinks about it. Joe, how are you doing, mate? What's going on? It's not your debut. You're a regular as well, and I always see before you say hello, Joe. I always see your comments when you're tagging me or the channel as well on Twitter, and you always supporting and bigging up BNR as well. So they don't go unnoticed, mate, and I really appreciate it. But how are you, my friend? Everything good? Family all good?
Yeah, no. First of all, you're very welcome. But yeah, no, family's doing well. Things are going well. Kids are off school, and so the house is busy. But yeah, good. Hope you're well too.
Everything good, man. What do you want to talk about? You've been listening in backstage. What do you make of the Harry's? Harry thinks that it's not going to drag out. There's some people, and Jake is been on. I'm sure you stay in touch with the shows. He's been saying, look, it will be like a transfer deadline day. It's that like really tight. But do you see it dragging on that long?
I don't think if it does drag on, I don't think it will be by design. I think definitely if Newcastle can get their attacking options sorted and brought in, it speeds things up. I think a slowness or a difficulty in that part could drag it out. But I don't think either club wants a situation that coming into deadline day, even if they have an agreement in principle, that they're trying to iron out something that big. Because we even know with the Wirtz deal from Leverkusen, there was reports obviously for a good few days, wasn't there, that a deal had been done, but then you'd had Ornstein and other people saying that's not my understanding. And I think sometimes the differences between a Fabrizio and an Ornstein are generally reliable journalists are maybe on some of the finer details, where the clubs are generally in agreement, but there's maybe just some nuances in the structure. And I just don't see a situation where both clubs or either club would deliberately want to have that kind of deal of that scale ticking into the last days of the window. That's the way I see it.
Okay, Abdulaziz,
Yeah.
thoughts?
Yeah, I agree with him. Like I don't like when I meant like it's gonna take all the way to deadline day until they get their striker, and so all these deals get done. It might happen to be deadline day. Like it's not like we're like it's by design or anything like that. I know because you think like maybe Newcastle will drag it up until after our game, but like that could still happen, by the way. But
Because
like
I think
Mm,
where Newcastle are at, Abdulaziz,
mm,
the thing is, I know there was a bit of a difference of opinion on how much that offer actually was. Was it 110 million? From
mm,
Fabrizio said, my sources
yeah,
are saying 120 million. Let's
mm,
go with the majority,
mm,
110.
mm,
And they're looking at 150 million. I don't think Liverpool will get to 150 million. I don't think Newcastle realistically believe that they'll get 150 million. I think the deal will be around 130, 135 million pounds. And if it
yeah,
is where Liverpool are at the moment, I think it's going to take another at least one or two bids just to get to that figure. And that's
yeah.
probably at least a week to 10 days.
Yeah, until everything gets finalized, it will be like it might not be deadline day per se, but it will be in around that time. That's kind of how I see it. It will be in
I,
around that time.
I think, though, sorry to cut in, another factor in this is there's the whole question of when it rolls round to that game between Newcastle and Liverpool at St James's, and let's just say, for argument's sake, there's still no resolution to this whole thing.
Mm.
Does particularly Newcastle, do they want this story still unresolved or hanging out going into that game? Because I think it just creates extra pressure, extra narrative around that game that necessarily the team, like how or
Yeah.
the players, don't need. Because if you can imagine, that's a Monday Night Football situation.
Mm.
Literally, the whole talk of the pre-game, post-game coverage won't be the game; it'll be the Isak situation.
Yep.
You know, I don't think Howe and the people, the hierarchy of the club, necessarily by design anyway, want that situation hanging over that fixture.
Harry, you tell me. You're saying it's not going to drag out. I'm saying Liverpool will most likely have at least one or two rejected bids. So how do we sort this out quickly?
I don't. So I think okay, maybe it's not as soon as next Friday, but I think there's a middle ground. I don't think it's as extreme as going up to the last week of the window, and I don't think
Okay.
it's as quick as maybe 2-3 days time. But again, just to echo the thoughts of the brother below, it's just think about it. Like we don't want it to drag too much. I don't even think Newcastle want it to drag on for that long because I think again it's doing too much damage to the club. Because like how many people are talking about preseason? The season starting. All we're talking about is Isak. So what do you think Newcastle are talking about? It's a big distraction to their season. That's the biggest way I see it. So again, I think it's a case of it all depends on. I know there's some people that are saying that we don't know if it's the place it is. They need numbers as well. They're not gonna let Isak go and not bring in a replacement because it's just going to cause uproar in the fan base. That's the big thing. That's the way I see it, anyways. I think it will take time. So I don't think it'll be over 2-3 days time. But I think the window's been full of surprises. Who knew we were going to get Wirtz? It's full of surprises. We didn't know we were in for Isak. I know Avi was with his orange device, but he seems to know. But
He's in the chat. He's in the chat.
I didn't predict it. So yeah, so that's just the way I see it. I don't see it dragging out too long.
And Joe,
I think.
sorry,
go ahead.
No, go for it.
I was just going to say, I think even if this whole Cesco Newcastle thing, even if that particular deal drags out, there's also going to be interesting narratives around outside that club this week. Is what, like I think you talked about it earlier on the show here. What's Isak going to do in terms of this week? Is to what extent will he train? Will he insist on training alone? Will he train with the rest of the team? Will he, when he presumably sits down with Eddie Howe and the hierarchy directly for face-to-face talks, will he be just as adamant or more adamant?
Joe, what do you think will happen, Joe? Sorry to interject. What do you think will happen?
I think the fact that I didn't think Isak had it in him to kick up a fuss to the level that he has, and the fact that he has, I don't think it's like a dog with a bone. I don't think he's going to just want to give it up that easy. I think there's all kinds of. It's interesting the spin we observed yesterday. Like Craig Hope put out, what was it about? Hold this thing, the idea of Liverpool bottling it, and Isak the thought that Isak has been misled by his agent and stuff like that.
Mm.
I think that's some kind of narrative being spun there to maybe get inside Isak's head to maybe reconsider. But I think his agent will also be in his ear to say, look, Liverpool have put in a bid north of 100 million, which shows they're serious. We know they're interested. So if you keep pushing for the move, you're going to get that move. Because I just think even if the Cesco situation doesn't develop as Newcastle think they or would hope it would, you don't want that situation where a player who's already unsettling other players, just being, just adamant that it's Liverpool or, nothing. I'm not saying that's what it will come to, but if it is, I think then you may Eddie Howe could be having internal conversations with the people above and saying, why not let's get him out the door now, get the money, and then give us more leverage in some of these negotiations we're trying to get done out over the line. Give us more financial wriggle room, whether it be on player salaries, offers, whatever.
Do you Abdulaziz, do you think Isak has travelled back from Sociedad and he's had some sort of conversation with the club saying, look, we're talking to Liverpool, get your ass back to training because it's not a good look for anyone?
I think Newcastle are still trying to convince him to stay, in my opinion.
Really?
Yeah, I think what it looks like to me, I'm just interpreting them by myself, right?
Of course.
When I see Eddie Howe speak, I see them. It looks like they still want to keep the player. Ideally, they want to keep it for another year with a release clause. They want him to sign that deal with a release clause. Now, I don't predict the future. I don't know what's gonna happen in those days, but like, don't be surprised if he signs that contract because he sees that could be a way out for like next season.
Yeah.
Like, don't be surprised if something like that eventually happens. And like, in my opinion, if he does sign a release clause, it won't be like 150 mil release clause. It's gonna be something a lot less. Like it'll be like 120, 110, something like that. So like, I think we should be prepared for that possible opportunities in the back of our mind.
Okay.
But I think what I'm wondering is, do you think he's gonna do more damage from this point on, even if he does go back to training?
Boys, it's your show, your opinions.
More damage. I don't know what else he can do. Like, not turn up to train. I think tomorrow is massively pivotal to what's going to happen and what's going to unfold. It can either go one of two ways. As like Ben Jacobs said, is like he could either end up staying, and like the brother said below, is that he could end up having a way out where he's got an actual clause in his contract, or he could just not turn up. So I think tomorrow's going to be. Sorry, are they training tomorrow? Or is it on Monday?
I think they've got a match in the Middle East tomorrow.
They've got the 10 Spurs tomorrow, aren't they?
Yeah, I think they play in the Middle East tomorrow.
I saw somewhere that Isak needs to. Is he reporting back to training or something? Or have I read that wrong? Tomorrow.
Well, no, he arrived.
Due back, yeah.
Okay. So whenever that is, Monday, Tuesday, whenever he needs to report back to actual training, I think that's going to be.
Yeah, apparently it's Monday.
Telling of the pace of it. But Asim, I had a lot of. I've got a few questions for you. But it was because I think you're probably sick and tired of the Isak talk. I know everyone else wants to hear the Isak talk. I had a few questions, not trivia questions, but I thought it'd be quite fun for you to chop up. Put you in a bit of a hard spot. But we could do it now. We can do it another day. I can just send it to you.
So you are a teacher. So you are a teacher.
No, it was just.
I'll answer them quickly. Because I've got 3-4 people in the chat. In the behind the scenes.
Okay, that's fine. It's start, bench, sell. These are the three players.
Bench, sell. Salah, okay. Sorry?
Salah, Mo Salah.
Yeah.
Virgil van
Start.
Dijk, and Suarez.
Oof.
I'll start Mohamed Salah, I'll bench Van Dijk, and I'll sell Suarez.
Oh, you really hate him, huh?
What about you guys?
I go with loyalty.
Yeah, and another one. Klopp stays for 5 more years. So this is before Slot came in, before we even knew who Slot was. So Klopp would have stayed for 5 more years.
Right.
With the budget that Arnie Slot's using now.
Yeah.
But that means that we don't get Slot after him.
Okay, so you're telling me a choice of Slot or give Klopp another 5 years with the money that Arne Slot has had.
Yeah, but the deal here is that when Klopp goes after those 5 years, it's not a case of, oh, we're going to get Arnie Slot anyways.
Sorry, repeat that.
So I was saying, basically, after the 5 years that Klopp does,
Okay.
there's no Arnie Slot at the end of it.
So there's no guarantees of Slot. Okay.
Yeah.
Or
there.
you take Slot right now.
Or you take Slot from right now, this point. What are you doing?
I would take Slot right now because I love what Klopp did and I wouldn't change him for the world. And I repeated it on many shows that the squad and the team and the conditions even off the pitch that he inherited, I don't think anybody could have done a better job. For me, he was the pound for pound best manager in the world. And nobody could have done a better job. I repeat that. But I think he was tired. I think it was the right time for him to leave. And
Yeah,
it's been proved right. It's been proved right. And Arne Slot has been a revelation. And do you guys agree?
Yeah.
For sure. Breath of fresh air.
Yeah,
Yeah, I agree.
Just last question, Asim.
Go
Sorry. I know you're the
No,
host,
okay.
but this one's a tough one. I was and ahhing by it. Would you take winning the Premier League, going invincible? Okay. But that means Everton win the Champions League.
No. Anything
one
that
would you
doesn't help Everton win a
Everton
trophy.
win the Champions League, but
But
we go invincible.
Liverpool win the Premier League and go invincible. Which one are you taking?
I would take
Sorry,
that.
Are you taking it?
I would take that.
I hear it. I have to put our club first, you know what I'm saying?
I would take it, man.
I
We win
take
the
it.
Premier League, and at least it'll shoot up Arsenal fans as well.
Oh, that's true. That's true.
Yeah.
No,
Where's the gold? Though? Where's your gold? Is yours gold? I've heard it from my nephews for too long.
Okay, Asim, periods.
Oh,
Yeah, that's
wow.
gold.
I like it.
This is
I
good
like
omen for next season. We're winning it.
Yeah,
Inshallah. Harry, what a debut. I'd like to say, what a debut. You have to come back, man. Are you Hitch, by the way?
Yes.
Oh, yes. So we are in contact.
I'll send you the highlight reels of Avi's antics.
And what time is it in Doha now?
It's 1:30 in the morning.
Wow. Listen, Harry, you get back to the buddy. Yeah.
She's not here now. She's not here. She's gone.
Oh, she's gone. Yeah. Okay, brilliant. Thank you so much for coming on. Just before you go, Harry.
Yeah.
Does Isak come? Yes or no?
100% yes.
I like it. Harry, thank you so much. Abdulaziz, I got to make the conversation keep on moving. So as ever, thank you so much. Joe, you just stick around for a bit. But I'll catch you two boys later on. And thank you so much for the support. Brilliant calls as ever.
Okay, see you later.
See you later. Wa salam. Let me just before I add a few more callers, just go through a few super chats. Hugo Bell, thank you so much for your super chat, but there's no message. If you do put your message on, I'll quickly look out for it and star it, and I'll read it out. So get that done, please. Bradley Piers, appreciate the grind. Asim, big up the ultras. Thank you so much. Hugo Bell, again, another super chat with a message this time. Any chance to have this show in a podcast format? Apple, we are sorting that out. At the moment, we've got so many things going on, but we're prioritizing the studio. We want to be live with the first fixture. I can't even remember the date on it, but it's a Friday night, as you guys know. It's the 15th of August. Then, so we're pushing for time, and all our efforts are concentrated in getting the studio ready. But this is on the list. We will be on all those podcast formats very, very, very soon.
Does that mean I won't bump into you next time I go to Anfield then?
Joe, in the meantime, and I'm absolutely gutted. In the meantime, my trips to Anfield are restricted. So I have to put the channel first, unfortunately.
I noticed. Sorry, brother. I noticed you guys don't do watch-alongs. Is that something you're planning on doing? Okay.
We will be doing watch-alongs. That's the reason why my trips to Anfield will be restricted. But we'll see how good Gene can hold the fort. If he can, I'll sneak out and I'll quickly run to Anfield and watch the game and come back. But in the meantime, they are restricted, and hopefully we'll have a bit of a rotation system with Gene and a few of those guys that we're going to get involved at the studio. There's one more super chat. What are the updates? Umar asks about Isak. Umar, I wish I could give you a bomber. I wish I could give you Isak, but sometimes you have to let people enjoy their weekend as well. So I've not been sending messages to anyone this weekend. Actually, I did to someone. It's not a bomber or anything, but if you want an update, there was a tweet aggregated. I can't tell you what the tweet was, because then you'll know who I've been talking to. About, actually, I can't even really explain it because people will go there. But the message was, nobody in their right mind thought they had stopped being interested. This is in reference to Liverpool saying we're not going to be bidding anymore, we're backing out, and all that sort of stuff. So I asked someone this, and this person said nobody in their right mind thought they had stopped, because there's many fans, guys, amongst the Liverpool fan base, that actually are taking this news about Liverpool not coming back in for Isak at face value. But sometimes you have to read between the lines and have a bit of patience and just see the story develop, and it will develop, and it is developing. There was Andy asking, how do I join the Ultra group? Andy, you have to become a member on YouTube. It's $4.99 a month. You'll get added to the Ultra group, which are my son's banging on the door, but it's okay. I'll keep on going. And then you become a member, $4.99 a month. You'll get exclusive content when we are in the studio. But in the meantime, you get added into an exclusive WhatsApp group. And as we've mentioned it a million times before, that WhatsApp group is popping off. Nice to see Gaz in the building as well. Big up, Gaz. Gabrielle with a super chat. The comment about Everton winning Champions League and we go invincible is a big no. Everyone wouldn't even think about us because Everton is more monumental. I get that, but sometimes you have to look at your own trophy cabinet as well. If it means we go invincible with number 21, then so be it. It's only Everton, isn't it? So we probably still sing that song about 1995. We'll just change it to 2025. Right. I think that's all the supers done. Let's add a few people. Sim has been waiting really, really patiently. I'll get Mohsin. Mohsin, don't mind. Just turn your video on if you don't mind. Sim, how are we doing, brother? It's your debut, I think.
Yeah, definitely my debut, bro. Been in the chat for a while, on and off. But yeah, I've been watching you guys since like the start of the summer. So whilst the whole Verts thing was going on, literally, I think I was on holiday when I started watching your lot's videos, chilling on the beach, just But yeah, no, you lot smashing it, man, and it's good to hear some Yorkshire voices as well, man. I got family up where you guys are from. So,
Where are you from, Sim?
I'm from Wolverhampton, you know.
Nice. How far from the stadium, Molineux?
Probably about 5-10 minute drive.
Really?
Yeah.
I always park in the Asda, and I always get a ticket when I come back home.
Yeah. Don't, next time you come down, you just message me, man. You can park on mine and you walk down.
I will do. Thank you so much. Mohsin, what's going on? Nice to put a face to a name. How we do, my brother?
Assalamu alaikum, mate. How's everyone? All right?
Walaikum salam.
Yeah, I'm a debutant as well, so take it easy on me.
No, it's okay. We're all amateurs, man. But nice to have you on. What do you want to talk about, bro?
Yeah, appreciate it. Yeah, I've been following you guys for about a year now. Obviously, a great show, echoing what everyone else is saying. It's very addictive. Since I started watching it, I'm on it all the time, just checking. And obviously, the Ultra WhatsApp group, is always hitting off. So yeah, big up to you guys as well. So I think essentially what I want to sort of discuss was, obviously, when the season was ongoing, we were all sitting here and talking about the fact that, Newcastle get Champions League football. It was very unlikely that we felt that we could sign Isak or were in conversations to sign Isak.
Yeah.
And the fact that we're sitting here now with, signing Florian Wirtz, our number one targets at left back and right back, I think it's just a really good time to be a Liverpool fan. I think we never sort of expected this window. So I think in hindsight, looking at it back now, in with a chance of still signing Isak, I think, it's a great window that we're already having. I think it's just good to sort of put things into perspective. Considering obviously, the season that we did have last season, no one was expecting this. So yeah, just really, really proud and happy that we are doing all this business and in with the shout of signing Isak as well.
But do you think, Sim, just to come back to you, do you think if we don't get Isak now, would it be, I don't want to say disappointing, the overall window, but surely we have to get someone in because we let Diaz go.
Yeah, and you know what? That was one of my points. I don't think we let Diaz go if we're not confident that we're gonna get Isak.
Hmm.
And to be fair, I feel like it would put a bit of a damper on the window. It's like the window's been topped, like it's 10-10 already. Like we can't. There's no
Do you
two
think
ways
so?
about it. When you think about it, like I think for years now, like a lot of us have been. We kind of hoped that FSG would spend a little bit more money. I always thought if Klopp was given an extra, just an extra player every summer, top tier, we probably could have pushed for one more title. But I think this summer, I don't know what's happened, but I got no complaints with the way they've orchestrated themselves. Like, so.
But what do you think happens with the Isak situation now?
I'm confident. I've said it since the start of summer. I said I think we get him. Like, I think we've shown in the past we very Casado aside, we don't really move for players. I'm not sure we're gonna get them. And I think with the way it is right now, we must have got some kind of reassurances to say, like, we obviously know he wants to come to us, but we must still be confident.
Okay, Mohsin, thoughts?
Yeah, I completely agree with. Was it Sim? Sorry, I didn't catch your name, brother.
Yeah,
Sim. I completely agree with Sim. I think I think it's just a long game now, a bit of a long game. So it's a big deal. It's not a small deal. 130, 140 odd million. It wasn't going to happen overnight. So I think I would say definitely within at least the next 2 weeks, I think we'll probably agree a deal with Newcastle. I mean, they can't be that incompetent where they can't sign a replacement. At least within the next 2 weeks as well. Hopefully, Cesco could be the one that could go through the doors at St James's Park. But even if they don't get Cesco, there are plenty of other number 9s in the market which they can still obtain. So I'm very confident actually. I think we'll get Isak over the line for sure.
I think they might have to lower their expectations though. Like I think they want top players, don't they? But
yeah,
look at the players they've missed out on. And Watkins he's a good player, so they might have to settle for someone like a Watkins or an Anawissa, and kind of just respect where they are in the food chain right now. Like they still need another 2-3 consistent years of Champions League football to get the players they want. That's what I think. But
I think
Yeah,
in
they also
hindsight,
have to
looking
be
at
able to provide the wages that come with like buying big players. Like you
yeah,
can't just like buy a player and give them like 100 or something wages. Like if you're buying a top tier player like that, like that's why something like this
yeah,
will take some time. You know what I'm saying? But yeah.
I think Watkins and Wissa are safe bets for him as well. Cesco's
Yeah.
still a little bit unknown. He's coming from a different league. With Watkins, you're guaranteed goals. In with Wissa, he had a really good season last season. So I think, looking back, they may think, actually getting their second or third choice target may be better off for them in the short term for the next 18 months to 2 years.
Okay. Joe, just before you go, are we going to get Margay?
I don't know. I think there's a bit of a game going on between Palace and Liverpool over the fee there. I think the thing that concerns me is Palace have been known to let players just run their contracts down. They've almost cut their nose out their faces. Like Zaha, I remember there was a situation where Arsenal were coming in with, I don't know, it was 70 mil or something at the time, and Palace was like, no, it's too small. They let him run down his contract. He ended up going for free. I think, I think there could be a bit of a standoff there, but I don't know. I hope so, because I think we're definitely light at centre back. I mean, when Joey G is your third choice and he's got an Achilles injury, which realistically, it's at the best case scenario, he's probably going to be out for a month or two, possibly maybe a month. I don't know. Into the season, but I think the one thing that favours Palace in this kind of negotiation now is that Palace will be well aware they're tough negotiators and they'll be well aware of the fact that we're short in that position now. So I think that almost gives them kind of one level of an upper hand that they wouldn't have had previously in the negotiation. But I think in those situations where we all know, and Ben Jacobs has alluded to it before on some of your shows, that Liverpool will have certain valuations in mind, and if they think they're being priced over something that's like above their valuation, it's not a question of that they have the money. They don't. Clearly, they have the money, but it's not that they'll look at, okay, if we don't get Isak, we'll save money, and they're going all out for centre back. They'll look at it from a market opportunity point of view, and I think if they feel they're being highballed by Palace, they'll be happy to walk away, and they'll have somebody else in mind probably. But I think you have to must sometimes. I think we need to be a bit more flexible and things like that in a situation where you're down to 3 centre backs and number 3 currently is injured, and number 2. I said it, I think, about a year ago, pre-season last year, that I didn't trust Konate to stay fit for a full season. I still don't trust him. I think he had the best season in the Liverpool shirt from an availability point of view last season. It worried me that even in the midst of that, he's talking about. He made comments in the press about how he was on painkillers, that on good terms with the physio team. And I might sound old school, but I want a player that doesn't even want to know the physio team, that wants to, he wants to be more, interested in, he's talking about, I don't know what he's been negotiating behind the scenes for his contract, but I think, if you want to be respected on a level closer to a level of a Van Dijk, you don't get to be in those conversations if you don't have the availability of a Van Dijk. That's my view. So I suppose I'm not in the camp of most Liverpool fans on Konate, where it's like at all costs you have to re-up with him, or even, pander to him. In that, I don't want to see Konate go, but I just think he needs to step up his availability, and whether it's know how to play through pain better or whatever. I think it was what's the guy's name? He's the host of the Athletic podcast for Liverpool. The host, he's a Scouts guy that's based in London. Tony Evans, I think. He said something on a TalkSport show recently where I agreed with him, where the thing that lost it for him with Konate was it the PSG game at Anfield where he went down with cramp, and that there's some.
I think so.
Yeah. And there's games where there has to be a mentality thing where it's like, you have to play through certain things. Now I know who am I to say that I'm not in his shoes? I don't know how it felt, but I am an adult and I have a job like most people, and sometimes I'm going to wake up and I'm not going to feel like going to work. But because I have a family and I have responsibilities and I have these, sometimes I have to suck it up and get through it. And I just think the optics of that kind of thing, I do agree with Tony and that, Tony Evans, that it doesn't look good. There's still question marks on him for me that wouldn't have me if I was Liverpool bending over backwards to, blow his wages out of the water in terms of what he's getting or whatever now,
Does he deserve the 250 grand, whatever it is that is talked about?
Sorry, is that the figure? Sorry, that.
Look, I'm just predicting it'll be around 200 grand at least, won't it?
Yeah, I mean, I've talked to Jake on the shows here, but like offside on Twitter, and I know Jake has admitted that he has some similar concerns about Konate. But here's what I would say as a devil's advocate in the situation is that I think if I'm Liverpool, I say, okay, let's say hypothetically he's looking for north of 200k, and he's looking for something that on the surface Liverpool think that's too high for us. I think you call his bluff and say, okay, fair enough. We'll up you to that amount. We'll even throw extra money on top of it, but there's going to be appearance clauses in it. There's going to be like an availability clause there, whereby if you don't hit over a certain number of games in a season, there maybe a certain amount of that hike you just don't get it. It's like the equivalent of a clean sheet or goal scoring bonus or whatever it is. That you need to be hitting that. In that, and it's like I pull it back to I know professional football players are not like us, like normal guys that have normal 9 to 5s. But can you imagine? Can any of us imagine going to our boss looking for a raise or a promotion, and our attendance record is suspect?
Yeah.
Now there's people that sit beside us in the office when we're out of work saying, "Oh, Joe, yeah, he's out again." They nod their head. Oh, he called in sick, and of course he called in sick. It's and I think some things are universal. I think in all kinds of industries that unfortunately, I don't think he's trying to. He's deliberately pulling six or faking injuries, but there's just an element that of whatever it is. I think that impeccable availability, like to be getting to command a certain kind of wages, it just has to be a non-negotiable for me.
Can I come in here for a second? Yeah, good
Yeah, of
point. Was it
course.
Joey?
Of course.
Sorry.
Joe, yeah.
Yeah, I think that's a good point. I think obviously he's had a not a great injury record over the past few years, but I think last season we have to caveat the fact that it was a muscle injury. It was more of a knock, wasn't it? It was what was that player's name from Real Madrid that actually went in hard on him? I think it was Endrick. I think it
Hendrick,
was.
yeah.
Hendrick, yeah.
Yeah, it was an impact injury. So I think you have to give benefit of the doubt to Konate last season. And I think when we did rush him back a little bit last season, whereby he didn't look fit for a good 5 or 6, 7 games, and even against PSG, he was playing through the pain barrier. So I think last season I don't think it was his fault as such. But yeah, I completely agree. His availability has to improve going forward. But I still think we need to keep Konate in my opinion. He's definitely our second best centre back at the club. And who's actually out there who we can replace him with, like for like. His aerial duels are up there every season, along with Van Dijk. And there's not many centre backs out there, if you look closely, that have a high percentage of aerial duel success. I think he's one of the very few that wins most of his aerial duels. And I think that's the difficulty that we're going to have to replace him with another 80 million, 90 million pound player.
Yeah.
Um, I think you can't constantly keep throwing money at fixing your problems. Sometimes you got to just sort of suck it up and just give him the wages. And I think you're fixing that issue just by keeping him at the club.
Joe, Abdulaziz, thank you so much. I have to keep it moving. Thanks for your time and your thoughts as ever, and thank you so much for all your support that you guys show on a daily basis. We'll catch you later. I want to add in Mansi, who she has been waiting so patiently. Let me just get right. If Mohsin and Sim just stick around for a second. After Bilal, Sarif wants to call in. Sarif, if you want to call in, you've got 5-10 minutes. There we are. Let's add Mansi. Mansi, how we doing?
Hello.
Sorry for keeping you backstage for so long. But is
No
it your
problem.
debut?
Am I audible?
Yes, you are. We can hear you. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
How we
Hello.
doing? Thank you so much for
Good.
calling in. First and
Thank you.
foremost,
It's
how are
4
you?
a.m. here in India. I'm good. How are you
Wow.
guys?
I'm okay, thanks. The family all good?
Yep. Everybody good, unless my cats decide to cause a ruckus. Everybody else is fine.
It's your show, your opinions, your agenda. You tell me what you want to talk about.
Just I wanted to ask something on the Konate thing. I don't think Konate, like him being the second best centre back when our four centre backs are Joey G, Kwanzaa, Virgil van Dijk, and Konate. I don't think it's a flex. I agree that we should not be just giving into any demands, which is I think 200K per week is the demand that he has. I think if he does not want to sign a contract or he's trying to play this thing too much. Get in Gehi, get in a young centre back. Because I currently think we need two centre backs.
Yeah.
Let's be honest. We can't count on Joe Gomez's availability, and we might see okay Endo can play there. Maybe if Simicas does not leave and we have three left backs, then maybe Robertson can make those appearances. But we need like proper centre backs.
And who would those be? Let's say
Thinking
Konate doesn't stick around. Gehi, you
so. Mark
mentioned.
Gehi. Yeah.
Okay.
And then the two young ones that we've been looking at, I think it's the Palmeiras guy, Leonie,
Leone, yeah.
and then Chris Cresswell, I want to say,
Okay.
from Toulouse.
Yeah.
Yeah. So either of them are fine. So because I think Kwanzaa's replacement was supposed to be like a centre back, young centre back who's kind of versatile, like a Gerald Hato type. But now he's gone to Chelsea. So I think we should move on. I also think that with this Isak situation, right? We don't know how it is going to play out. So we need to sort out the centre back situation because I don't want in the last 2 weeks of the transfer window we have to like get the centre backs in also and then get the forwards in also. And I also think that maybe we should now consider keeping either Chiesa or Elliot.
Sim, should we move on from Ibu? Are
No,
we
no, I'm
there
not
yet?
saying that.
I
No,
don't
no,
think.
no,
I
I'm
don't
not
think we
saying
can.
that. I'm not saying that. But
Okay.
I also think that you cannot set a precedence for the team where anybody who wants to stay, then start demanding crazy wages.
Are you happy for him to
Like,
leave on a free though?
no, sell him this year. That is what I'm
Yeah.
saying. If he's
I,
reluctant to sign a new deal, sell him.
I don't think we're gonna get a
And,
decent fee for him if we sell him this year. I'll be
yeah,
honest
you
because
want to sell him.
I think PSG will say, you know what, we'll wait a season. Madrid, we know they'll happily wait a season. You know they don't like to dip them
Oh,
hands in their pockets. But
sure. If he, I mean, then I still don't think that we should be breaking our wage structure for him. I think he's 150K plus bonuses that take him up to 200, 210. That is fine. But I don't think he's currently at 75K, right? Has he improved enough where we can justify a more than 100% increase in his wage bill?
I think he has developed, like, and that's the thing. Like, I don't want us to bring in another project centre back because I feel like for
But
me,
that's
I feel like Van Dijk
but
deserves
Gehi.
somebody to be next to him now for the next 2 years of his contract. We don't know if he's going to stay after this contract or go, but I feel like now he needs someone he needs a bit of stability next to him because Matip was always injured, Gomez was injured, and I do think we'll get Gehi in. I think we've deliberately backed Palace into a corner now. There's 2 weeks until the season starts, and it's going to be okay, we'll take him now, but we're going to give you 30 mil, or we'll come back and we'll see you next summer and we're going to get him for free. So you decide. I do think Konate is probably worth the 200 though. Like, I don't think he's
I I don't
elite.
think so.
I'll be honest, but I don't
I
think
think what we
far
could have
enough.
to ask ourselves. I think
What's
we have
that?
to
Sorry.
also ask ourselves. Yes, I was going to say, would Real Madrid or PSG pay him 200 grand a week? They would pay him 200 grand a week, like
Yeah,
without even thinking about it. And he's already at Liverpool, and it's a no-brainer. I'll pay him. I would actually be up to 220 for him. It's not breaking the wage structure
But
as such because your top earners are still Van Dijk and Salah. Ibu obviously is just as important in that backline, in my opinion. So I think if other clubs will pay for it, we should pay for him considering he's our player. And yes,
yeah,
he may be on 75K a week now, but I think you've got to look at him as a player in isolation and not currently what he's earning, I think, as well. Sometimes you've got to make a special case and just pay the money.
yeah, 100%. And I think this was always the risk when we gave Mo and Virgil the contracts they're on. Obviously, we know Verts is
Yeah.
on a decent one as well. So as soon as we started, and you know what it is, bro, we're massive. We're Liverpool. Like, we're not the same Liverpool we were 5 years ago, where we could say to people, you know what, you're coming on, like what we did with Diaz. You're gonna come in on a small contract, and then we're gonna bump you up one when we see that you're worth it. Konate has proven that he's worth it. It's just his fitness. It's how many games are you going to be available, and I think that's why
that's a big
he
but
is.
that's a big problem when our four so like currently we have three center backs and two of those three center backs have an availability problem.
Yeah, I agree, and I think that's why Gahey's been considered because it's
Yeah.
first of all he's better on the ball.
Mm.
The only weakness is probably the aerial side. Obviously, if we're going off stats and data, but I feel like his availability, he's constantly playing for Palace. And you know what? He's got more to prove now as well. So it's if Konate is out and if he's not signing a contract, it's okay, cool. We'll bench you. It's World Cup season, and he's taking your
Yeah.
place. I don't
No,
like
even
that.
if you don't want to, even if you don't want to be that mean, I'm okay with if he walks away on free next season. I think with Kehi and Konate, we also have the option to rest Virgil van Dijk for some games, which I think we were very lucky last year that Virgil did not get a major injury. Same with Salah.
We've been lucky
We
every
were, yeah.
season, since to be honest, since he's only had that
Yeah.
one season, hasn't he? Where other than that, it's a game here and there that he might be out, but very rarely.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm
I
not,
think the first game he missed, other than some of like the cup games, I think the first league game he missed was when we'd already wrapped up the league. I think it was the Chelsea one after the Spurs game.
Yeah.
So I think Konate, I like him. I love him. It's not like I want him out. Of course, I love him. Ibu and Van Dijk, like I think there's something in that. Like there's also all this talk about like too much change happening in the teams. I think like with Ali and Van Dijk and Konate, like the back needs to be strong. So I don't want him out, But I do not want to go through this entire season
Just
again
give him
being
the
like,
cash,
is he
man.
in?
Just give him the cash.
The money, yeah.
No, man. But look at the amount that we've added
It's
to
not
our
our
wage
money.
bill.
Uncle John has
Look
got his wallet
at
out
how
this
much.
summer. Just spend it.
I think we have to, man. We have to. We got to stop being stingy at sometimes. Like, if he's
No, I
worth it,
would
he's
say,
worth
but
it.
like I would say 180K max. Like I think 200 is way too much.
What is the
180K.
limit? It's not my money.
180K.
It's not our
I
money,
think
yeah.
that's valid.
That's
I
all
think
it is.
180K is valid. Let's be honest. 180K is justifiable
Yeah.
for that
So I'm not too,
availability, for its impact. Yeah, I
yeah, I'm
think
not too comfortable
180K is
with.
okay.
So I'm not too comfortable with Konate going, and for us to have Gay as the first choice centre back, and then a project behind him.
Nah.
If Konate goes, we have to bring in a separate replacement for Konate to match his profile that we have, who's really good at aerial duels. Then you're signing 3 centre backs because you're replacing Konate, you're getting a backup in Gay as a squad player, potentially pushing for that starting berth, and then a young prospect as well. So that's double the work then once you let Konate go.
I think
But I get
it's
your point.
Okay,
I,
people, we have to keep it
yeah,
moving. I did
okay.
commit myself to 1 hour, and it's already 1 hour 10. So, and I've just got to hear. I would have chucked it, but Bilal, but I have to put him on. But honestly, thank you so much. 3 debutants, same Mohsin and Mansi. Thank you so much for your support, your love,
Thank
and your
you.
time tonight as well. And yeah, big up, and we see you soon.
smashed it.
Thank you very
All
much.
right,
Yeah, big up.
Yeah.
Take
Thank
care,
you.
guys.
Mate.
Good night.
Bye bye. Bye bye. Bilal, I was just about to go home. You not go home, just go off screen, but just hold your thoughts. Hold your thoughts just there. We'll just go through a few super chats. I think we've been through that. Elm, thank you so much. LFC Elm. I'd rather Konate go for free next season and integrate Gehi this season, bring some more centre backs next season. We've got enough. We've enough many faces, new faces already. I've always been saying Konate, he had the signs or he goes for free, because I just don't think we get this fee that we'd really want for Konate. And just like you say, we've got enough many new faces already coming into the team this season. I think too much change is not good for the club and for the manager and everyone as a whole as well. We already no, we've had a new member. Samir, thank you so much for becoming a YouTube member. A few of you still asking what is a BNR Ultra. I've just received a message from Bashi, big up Bashi, who's in the chat and just messaged me on WhatsApp. What's a BNR Ultra? A BNR Ultra, the first thing you have to do is become a YouTube member. $4.99 a month. The comment or the link is pinned in the chat right now as I speak. And you become a member, you message me on Twitter, and I'll send you a BNR Ultra WhatsApp group where all the Ultras are discussing one thing and one thing only at the moment is Alexander, Isak, and Cesco, and a bit of Wissa as well. But that's not the only thing that you get for your $4.99 a month. Fortunately, is you will be getting probably is a race against time, but I think we will be in the studio with all the exclusive content for all the non-subscribers as well. But we intend to do at least 2-3 shows exclusively for all our BNR Ultras or YouTube members, if you like. So tactic shows, pre-match interviews with other channels that we're playing against, and all that to come. So please show your love, show your support if you can. If you can't, there's no problem. But what you can do is like and subscribe if you're new to the channel. Avi is on his best behavior. Why is Billy on? Come on. If we don't get Billy on to the channel, if there's no Billy, there's no BNR.
Why
Bilal,
isn't he on?
he's watching SummerSlam and he's just had a burger as well. He tells me he's on his second burger and he's got M&M milkshake. I think I read in the chat. But Avi's on his day off. Let him enjoy his day off. He'll come back on tomorrow. But Bilal, assalamu alaikum. How are we doing? What's going on?
Walaikum salam. Evening, everyone. Evening chat. Yeah, I thought, you know what, I might as well come on for 5-10 minutes, just give my points of view. I appreciate everyone coming on. Saw quite a few new faces that I didn't
We did.
recognize.
We
So
did. We did.
Brilliant to have debutants on and everyone giving their opinions and takes on the transfer window so far.
What do you want to talk about, Billy? It's ਤੁਹਾਡੀ show ਹੈ.
I want to address a couple of things and I'll just roll quickly through them. The
ਠੀਕ
first
ਹੈ,
thing is
ਠੀਕ ਹੈ.
the fans with Alexander Isak. I'm not even worried about that. As soon as Michael Edwards came back into the club, he brought his boys back. I thought, you know what, Mickey Edwards is back. He's gonna do his thing. I'm not even worried anymore. It was just like before when him and Klopp were getting along fine. I thought whatever players need to go, we leave. We're going to get brilliant fees for them, and whoever needs to come in will come in an orderly fashion. And we're going to be back like we were when we were making those sales, and people were thinking, "How is Michael Edwards doing this? How is he pulling this off?" Alexander Isak, I'm pretty confident. I'm about 99.9% confident. I'm pretty sure it's going to happen. I think you know
Oh,
what, it's all cloaks and daggers. Newcastle have to make sure that they look well in front of their fans. They can't be come across as being bullied by us in a sense. And obviously we have to just play the game. The game is the game. It just has to be played out in the public. Whether the people who are in the know what's happening behind the scenes, it's irrespective. In the public
mm.
eye, Newcastle, especially the Arab owners, have to keep their respect. I'm not even worried about that. So I don't even get into the truths and fro's online or in groups. I just stay quiet and thinking, you know what, when it happens, it's going to happen. The second thing is, I agree with what Elm said. Konate must stay, irrespective of whether he signs. He must stay this summer, and Mark Gray is an absolute must as well. We can't go into this. We can't go into this campaign with just two centre backs. I'm not counting AI hologram Joe Gomez. Look, I got immense respect for him. He's one of my favorite players.
Yeah, but even if we get rid of, hypothetically speaking, Bilal, if we get rid of Konate, we're not gonna just sit down and accept that. We have to sign at least one centre back. I don't think we'll go into the season with three centre backs, but if we let go of Konate, we'll definitely sign his replacement, won't we?
No, if we sign Konate, if we let go of Konate this summer, we have to sign two. Look, we haven't even
Yeah,
replaced Matip. People
we
forget
haven't.
that.
We haven't.
Konza was a brilliant addition. The Klopp hugs made him play out of his skin.
Mm.
Unfortunately, he wasn't able to carry on that form into the following season. His head dropped. He needed the move. Like I said, I'm not counting Gomez. I'm only counting two centre backs that we've got at the moment, which is Virgil and Konate. So we need the third. And the thing is, what people can't underestimate, Mark Guay, he's a centre back profile. He's a commander and he's a dealer as well. He can
Mm.
fulfill both roles and he can play on both sides comfortably. This is why Hyson would have been brilliant for us. But with his leadership qualities, it might sound crazy, but I prefer Mark Gay right now than to Hyson. Don't ask me why. I just got a feeling that he's going to be a better fit for us. He's an English centre back. He's embedded. He knows the Premier League. He's in his prime. I think he's ripe to lead the back line in the absence of Virgil van Dijk. And I hope that's rather when Virgil's being rested than injured. So even if Kanate signs brilliant, if he doesn't, it gives us time. Look, me and Abdul Wakil said, and we had our team sheets, we had our transfers in and out. We said Liverpool are going to replace 10. People laughed. I said 10 players will be replaced over two summer windows. We've already done more or less six. I think Alexander Isak is done. I think Mark Gray is going to come in. I'm hoping it's Rodrigo, Leao, or Lesser Gordon, because I think I want a left wing starter.
Do you think? Sorry to interject. Do you think we get Isak and a left winger?
Absolutely. We cannot go into this season without someone to compete with Cody Gakpo, because I don't, unfortunately, you know where I stand. I appreciated Diaz's output last season, but I didn't rate him. I want elite bowlers in every single position, and that's what Mickey Edwards, that's what Hughes and Slot are going to build moving forward. I'm already thinking about next summer. For next summer,
Okay, stop you there.
yeah,
You said I want elite forwards. Yeah,
bowlers.
ठीक है. And you mentioned just about 10 seconds before that, you mentioned Anthony Gordon as well. Is Anthony Gordon an elite bowler?
That's the best third option way out there. For me, it's Rodrigo, Leao, and then Gordon.
Why are you mentioning him? Why are you mentioning him?
Because he's better
only
than
one
Cody
elite
Gakpo.
bowlers.
He's better than Cody Gakpo. That's why.
Is
He's
Anthony
better than
Gordon
him.
The
He's not
current
elite.
version
He's
is
not elite, but
no,
you
I'm
have
going to
to.
press you. I'm going to press you on this.
Yeah,
I'm not
yeah,
going
yeah.
to do it.
I'm here for it. I'm here for it. I tell you why.
Is Anthony Gordon, the current version of Anthony Gordon, better than Luis Diaz?
In terms of output, I think he can match what he did last season.
Yes or no? The current Anthony Gordon.
Better? No. The same, equal as? I think he can. I think he can. Under our structure,
He
under
can
slot,
or he is?
I think he can. He's not. Currently, he's not, but he can.
Okay,
But
so you can
you need to let me
develop
finish.
into a player.
I want Cody Gakpo sold next summer, and then if it was Gordon, Gordon would be the reserve left wing option. I want even someone to come in better than him. As in, if we got Rodrigo right now, if we got Leao, they would be my starting left wing option. So Cody Gakpo would already be the backup option. So if Gordon was to come in, Gordon would eventually become the backup, and next summer I want to go again. So the three options I'm already thinking is Endo needs upgrading, Robertson or Simicast, whoever the left back option is, needs upgrading, and Joe Gomez needs upgrading. So three players already need upgrading to make it a super squad next season. That's hopefully if we've done our left wing and strike option right now. Otherwise, that's something that needs to be looked at. So as you asked, Gordon, he's not better than Diaz, but he has the potential to be better than Diaz this season, and he's got a higher ceiling for me. Whereas we saw the peak of Diaz last season, I don't think Diaz could go above that point. With all the
Mhm.
coaching, with all the appreciation, I think we couldn't turn down the fee that we were getting. I think Slot coached him to the best of his ability, and we saw the fruits of his labor. But we need more. We need something better. And let's not forget, we're all hoping and clinging on to the fact that Mohamed Salah produces the same magic that he has for almost 10 seasons. There's no guarantee. I think we're going to see something close to his best numbers next season. But
Mm.
if there's a fall off to a degree with AFCON, with injuries, with fatigue, then we really need the other players to chip in. And this is where I'm hoping, and I've got a good feeling Hugo Ekitike and Alexander Isak will come to the field.
Avi is saying, how the hell is Gordon coming in? Come on now. Newcastle won't deal with us again. But I think
You know, is Avi, when Avi's live on the show, he's got a listening hearing problem. And even when he's listening to the show, he's got a hearing listening problem. What I
you know
said
what?
to
I
you,
was
what
just
I
about
said,
to say.
Avi, let me repeat it for you. Let me repeat it for you. I said first choice option, Rodrigo, then Rafael Leao. If those two are unavailable and Gordon is tenable, I would go for Gordon. But I don't really want Gordon. Yes, I said I want elite bowlers to lead our forward line. Backup options, I'll settle for less. Like Malik Fofana, at the moment, I don't really see that coming in. If Malik Fofana was ideally left footed as a backup to Mohamed Salah, I would love that. But I don't want him leading the left line. And listen, Gakpo is not a starter for me. I don't want to see Gakpo starting our leading line. We can't win. You said it last season. I'm going to say it this season. We can't win the Champions League with Cody Gakpo. If it
So
happens, it happens.
we're winning the Champions League now, Bilal.
If it happens, it happens. I'm here to get clipped up. I'm here to get brought on the show again. And
Okay.
the other thing I wanted to address and quickly take your opinion on is I am a little slightly worried. I'd say
Mm,
about 15 to 20% with us getting done on the transition. Look, I know it's preseason. I know we weren't playing our starting 11. I
yeah.
know there was a lot of peripheral players. But in the few games I watched, in every game, we have been caught on the counter and in transition. And I'm thinking, listen, boys, unless I know Slot is trying to play something different as well, but I'd rather you touch upon that because you have better insight than me in formation and tactics.
Yeah, Bilal, look, we have to. I did mention it that Bradley needs to get better in build up. But the way Slot is generally, because we've been playing against sides that just gave us the ball, sat back off in a mid block or a low block, and we just let Bradley, generally speaking, from the first phase, go in advanced positions. Now, I don't mind it. We have to do that. All the top teams, all the top coaches are doing that as well to occupy, centre backs or give the DM a bit of a problem if someone's between their lines and nobody is picking up that. Or does the left winger go right up and get attracted by the right back being top of the box? That is obviously one way of dealing with it. and it allows the defenders and the midfielders a bit more room in deeper areas, and we can get up the pitch a lot easier. But we have to caveat every single thing. It is very, very, very early days, Bilal. The team, the players will get fitter, they'll get stronger, and they'll get better as well. And we have to caveat everything else is because McAllister has not been in the team, and McAllister does give us the control and the volume passing as well.
Absolutely.
And so he will make an added control into our first phase, especially when he goes into next to Gravenberg. But there is a concern. Why? Is you are going to miss a player of Trent's quality. And I know how he left. There is an animosity and an anger towards the player and how he left. But just put that to a side and put your sentiments and emotion to a side. I'm angry the way he left as well. But in terms of his quality from a standing position, he would either bypass a ball over the top and Salah would run on and score. He would put a ball into midfield and break the lines, and your midfielder or your number 10 in Szoboszlai or anybody, even if your striker is coming on the halfway line and receiving that ball, just go and watch that Newcastle away when he came on. And that dynamic between him and Szoboszlai and Salah was so fluid and it was so good. Yes, Newcastle put a lot into that game, but we've seen Salah and Trent just do that to teams from minute one. So my point is he can do it from a standing position. Bradley can't do it from a standing position. When have you seen Bradley ping a ball across to the left winger from 60, 70 yards? He can't do that. When was the last time you saw Bradley put one over the channel to Salah to run onto? I can't remember. When was the last time you saw Bradley put one ball into midfield where the number 10 has come and has turned? He doesn't have those qualities. What Slot has recognized is that he is the player to provide movement around our creators. And if we can, then our creators will get a bit more time on the ball. But I'm still concerned because the Premier League every single team has someone who can hurt you. And we're playing Crystal Palace in Community Shield, and it will be interesting to see how we cope with that, because they have got players, especially with that system, with the wing-back system, especially with someone Mateta who can hold the ball and connect and bring his players into the game. And that's not just Palace. I mentioned it a couple of times in previous shows, Billy, where every single Premier League team has someone that can hurt you. And the top 10, 12, 13 teams will have Champions League quality teams. They might not be Barcelona, PSG, or these sort of level of players, but low-level Champions League teams. A Crystal Palace in Heze will get into any Champions League team that is finishing around 12 to 16, or even a bit lower than that. But what my point is there's a lot of quality in the Premier League. But Slot has recognized it. He even said I was not happy with the amount of running or shutting down counter-attacks that our players did, and maybe they were affected with the intense training program that we had out here. The weather and the sun can sometimes have an effect on the intensity of the players. It is a slight concern where I think we sometimes might be overcommitting, and maybe you see the likes of Verts come into deeper areas, and this is what Vicky's been talking about, the positionless number 10, the flow in number 10, and the beauty of having players like Szoboszlai, having the players of McAllister, and the extra responsibility I think that Florian Wirtz will have this season is get involved with the first phase of play. But the beauty of Florian Wirtz, he's not a Riquelme of previous years. He's not a James Maddison of this current Premier League. Is if he does get there, he has got the midfielder type of legs to make sure he can even be on the end of attacks for a cutback. So he gets involved, and he in the first phase he breaks the lines. He brings Salah in game and in the game, and then once the attack is accelerated, he can be on the end of the attack in a little similar fashion that the first goal, the equalizer that we had against who did we play the other day? Is gone now. Who did we play the other day?
The Japanese team.
Yes, the Japanese team, the equalizer that we got, Curtis Jones, he got involved. And when Curtis Jones was carrying the ball, Florian Wirtz was around about 10 yards behind him, and he got involved in the attack. I think you'll see that a lot. How does Florian Wirtz, but do you really need him in the deep areas all the time? I think at times, especially if the
If I can touch upon this,
go on.
I think we've got a multi-dimensional player. I've said it to
You,
you,
of
and I'm
course you do.
banging on about it. I've been banging on about it since as soon as we became, we found out that, yeah, we're gonna go after him. This guy can do everything. So in terms of output, I'm expecting KDB numbers. He's not a KDB type player.
Yeah.
Like people have mentioned it, that he can defend. He's got the legs. He can power through. He can pass the ball. The guy's got he's Swiss Army knife in terms of attack, and in
Mm.
terms for a midfielder, it's your dream midfielder. One thing, however, people might not like me saying this, I don't see Connor Bradley as our starting right back.
I was just
I'm
coming on
a,
to that. Well, carry on,
I'm a
carry on.
massive Frimpong fan. From the little I've seen of Frimpong in a Liverpool shirt, I think Klopp's going to turn this guy into a monster. So
Okay.
when you're thinking of Nuno Mendes, Hakimi type of PSG, that's exactly the type of fullback I'm expecting Frimpong to be under slot for Liverpool. I think he's going to be a brilliant asset. However, having said that, Connor
So
Bradley
you'd
deserves his
start, you'd
chance.
start, you'd start Frimpong ahead of Bradley.
I personally would, but Connor Bradley deserves his chance. I think it'll be too harsh, but I wouldn't be surprised if after a game or two, slot season, it doesn't work, and we're playing Arsenal the third game of the Premier League season, and Klopp goes, Slot goes, I'm going to give you your chance. I wouldn't be surprised. It'd be a bit harsh on Connor Bradley,
Mm.
but in the long term, I see Frimpong as my starting fullback. The other thing is that some of the chat, I am reading through the comments as much as I
Yeah.
can. As it stands now, I'm not going to look at Gakpo's output this season under slot and compare it to Gordon's worst ever seasons, because Gordon's best ever season was better than even Diaz, and nobody wanted to let go of Lucho. The point being is, I'm looking for a left winger who can create separation, can go on the outside,
Mm.
can pass, his movement on and off the ball. These things, you don't see them in Gakpo as much. I can't see Gakpo beat a man or cause separation or go on the outside, use his left foot. So when people are talking about, I'm not going to be blinded just because he's a Liverpool player, just because they might like
Would you,
Cody
do you, would
Gakpo.
you think that his
I
goal
think
threat, his
one
goal
second,
threat
one
is
second.
important to the team?
I think. Sorry, say that again.
Do you think his goal threat gets him into the team?
His goal threat does, but it's the way the team's structured. Put Gordon in this team, let
Mm.
Slot coach him, and look, remember, I said I want Leao and Rodrigo ahead of Gordon, but I'm saying Gordon as the third choice. If those two aren't available, I think Gordon is going to absolutely explode in this team under Slot. He has the ability to do that and more. And look, 2 seasons ago, people were complaining because they didn't think Cody could defend. And then all
Mm.
of a sudden, last season, we saw Cody defending, helping out Robertson, left back at times this season. Diaz's work rate is almost Mane levels. Like no one touches Mane levels defensively. I've
Mm.
never seen it before Mane, and I haven't seen it since Mane. But Lucho almost touched those levels, and that was brilliant. Like off the ball, world class levels. On the ball, very good, very good. And in terms of Premier League, I think he was one of the best performing left wingers.
Yeah.
But just if the quality of left wing in the Premier League is poor, then we have to caveat that to say you're the best of the rest. It doesn't mean that you're elite levels, because look, when it came to the Champions League,
Mm.
unfortunately Gakpo was injured, and Diaz didn't perform over 2 legs against PSG. He actually missed one or two sitters, and his chance creation was really poor. And the final thing I will say in terms of what we were discussing is, next season, as in next summer, I would be looking to get in a CDM or two. There's two type of profiles I'm looking for, either like a Wharton type player or a Steeler type player, because I know he's got
Mm.
an injury. I don't know how long he'll recover, or a Baleba or Lamine Kamara type player. I think those two players will add something different to our squad that we haven't got at the moment.
I get what you're saying, but can you? Do you think Wharton, if Wharton comes in, do you think he takes Gravenberg's place?
No, not at the moment. Not at the moment. Gravenberch deserves his place. But I'm thinking of how this season goes, and remember, I'm building a squad. Like you need multiple positions, you need multiple different faceted type of players, and it depends. Look,
Yeah.
Trent. Sorry, the one thing I didn't mention is
The thing is that the number 6, Bilal, is such a specialized position. No, if you're someone like bringing in someone like Saboslai, at least he can play on the left of midfield, he can play right of midfield, and he can even do a job on the right wing and left wing as well. But if you're Wharton, you've got one position, and if you've got Ryan Gravenberch playing there, is Liverpool one is going to spend £80 million for a backup number 6, and if you're Wharton, you come to Liverpool because your opportunities are going to be limited.
it depends. It depends how Gravenberch develops as a player this season. So what we saw of last season, I loved how Slot was able to coach him and bring that out. But now I want to see line breaking passes. I want to see
So
something. I want to.
have you got a question mark against Gravenberch's name?
What he can perform this season without Trent, absolutely. With Trent, look, this is the point I was going to make that I forgot. Trent, I was probably one of the few players who wasn't as angry as the majority of fans. I think people are really looking over the fact of what Trent offered us, all the things you mentioned. I'm really scared going into the season, seeing how we're going to develop play from the back and we're going to play out from the back. Because last time, if Konate was pressed and opposing teams pressed us, Trent's outball wasn't there. We struggled with Bradley big time. So Gravenberch has more of an onus to receive the pass from Van Dijk. What's he going to do with it? Is he going to be able to play it through the lines? Is he going to be able to play those 20, 35-yard diagonal dink type passes? I haven't seen it this season. That's the evolution of Gravenberch I want to see next season. If we can't see that for whatever reason and we have to go back to type or play a different type of way, then I think someone like Wharton might come into the picture because we know his passing at the moment is a lot better than Gravenberch's.
Tiga, before we carry on this conversation on WhatsApp, Bilal, anything else you want to say on screen?
I want to big up the chat. I want to big up all the BNR ultras, all the people who have supported the channel, and big congratulations for you for having reached 15,000. I think we're almost 16,000, and I'm looking forward to next season. I think a lot of people are going to be blown away, and lots of prayers for you guys, man. Hopefully, inshallah, you're going to absolutely smash it. And big up my boy Abdul Wakil because I saw him in the comments.
100%. Gene's still in the chat. Well, he played an unbelievable ball in pre-season for Rio.
Well, I'm here to be proven right or wrong, depending which way you look. Like I said, I want to see the evolution of Gravenberch, and if we see that, I'm here all for it.
Wow. I didn't expect that, Bilal.
Not a
I
question
didn't.
mark. Evolution, not a question mark. I'm not doubting him. I want to see something. I want to see
Okay.
him go a level above, and I think he can. And if he can, we don't need Wharton. But if he doesn't, then we might have to look at something different come next summer. Because remember, this is without Trent. It's all about being without Trent and how we're going to create from the back. Yes, Wirtz is going to drop. Look, I'm not even worried about Wirtz. Players like that, I'm not even worried about. I know they're going to do their part. And the last thing is, people keep thinking we can't drop. I call him Bozo because I got a love for him, but that's what I just call him. This is the first time in my life we've had 4 quality players to choose from. Like
Okay.
Sissoko had a small stint. You can say Alonso, Gerard, Mascherano, of course, but Sissoko had a small stint. This is the first time since then. You know what? It's good having problems, and these problems, there's no man better suited at the moment that I'd rather have, especially when he proved it last season and Slot moving forward. I think these are brilliant problems and issues to have. Look,
Okay.
are we going to start complaining that we got Alexander Isak and Hugo Ekitike? I'm not worried about that. I'm loving it. We're going to have 2, one elite baller and one going on to be elite baller. So
Okay.
awesome.
Before we leave, I've got 3 questions for you. The first 2, I don't want a monologue. Just give me a yes or no. Tiga. Are we going to win the Champions League? Yes or no? And not with your heart, with your mind, please.
Inshallah, yes.
Are we going to win the Premier League and make it 21?
Inshallah, we're doing the double, boys. We're doing the double.
I like it. I like
We're
it.
doing
We're
the
doing the
double,
double.
boys.
We're doing the double. Okay. This is not a yes or no question. Give me your top 6 before we leave. Now, not who you want the Liverpool to sign. The top 6 that you think Liverpool are going to go in with come the 15th of August. So
As
you've
in our
got
as
Gakpo.
in our forwards.
Yeah, as in your forwards. You've got Gakpo. You've got
No, no, no,
Salah.
no. Let's start with the king,
No, no,
Mohamed
who you
Salah.
think?
No, no, I'm giving my 6 in order, but I'm giving
Tika.
starting with Mohamed Salah because he deserves to be
Tika.
at the top of that pile.
Okay,
Mohamed
let's go.
Salah, Cody Gakpo, Hugo
Why is
Ekitike.
why is he second then? You've been absolutely lambasting
No,
him.
no, no, because
So
there are
why are
current
you just going
players. There are
second?
current players. We haven't signed anyone, so the ones I can't put the ones we haven't signed above the ones we already have. Come on, I have got a
कसम
bit of
चाह रहे हैं
respect.
चाह रहे हैं
Mohamed Salah,
Okay,
Mohamed Salah, Hugo Ekitike, Cody Gakpo,
3,
Alexander Isak.
4.
Who have I forgotten?
Well, you've got Rio, you've got Pring Pong. Are you telling me?
No, no. Okay, I've got it. Yeah, yeah, of course.
Are you telling me Liverpool are going to get rid of Chiesa and Nunes? They're going to leave.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. They're gone.
ठीक है,
They're
ठीक है.
gone.
So you're on
Brilliant song.
4. You're on 4.
I want Rodrigo. That's 5.
Give me. Okay, so you think Liverpool will go for him?
Yeah, I think we will
Okay,
go for him.
okay, that's fine. You can have him. 5.
5. Rio will be my 6th. But then I have
Yeah.
2 auxiliary players. I have Frimpong covering Salah on the right,
ठीक.
and I have Verts covering the left and false 9 position if and when need be. We
Okay.
must go into this season with 5 actual forwards. Because
Arsenal
Rio's
away, Bilal.
yes.
Who's your top 3?
Mohamed Salah, Alexander Isak, and Rodrigo.
Okay. 2 attacking.
Listen, attack wins you games. Goals win you games. The best form of defense is attack. And with Arsenal, you have to take the game to them.
The best form of defense is certainly attack. We're attacking 20,000 subscribers this summer. Please, please. It feels like we don't say it enough. People actually criticize us. A lot of the content creators, bang on every 2-3 minutes about liking and subscribing. So here we are banging on about it, liking and subscribing. Mustafa asks me, Asim, what's the Isak feelings percentage? It's gone up to 96%. I haven't put it on Twitter. It's gone up to 96%. It's the dance that's been played out in the media. I believe Alexander Isak, I believe, will be a Liverpool player come end of the summer. How or when we sign him, don't ask me. It just depends on the moving parts. But
Hogi are done.
Sorry?
Hogi are done.
Ho gaya done. Ho gaya done. As Ben tells us, good work on 300 likes. There's still over 350 people in here. Let's get the likes over 300 people, please. I think I last checked it was around 220. I don't know what is on there, but if you can just smash a like on the way out, that would be greatly appreciated. Bilal and all the callers, thank you so much for calling in and expressing your thoughts. And there we have it, people. We promised you a call-in show. You got a call-in show. I was planning on giving you guys 1 hour alone, but I gave you 1 hour and 43. So hope you enjoyed it. Hope you come back tomorrow when we're going. There's no transfer daily tomorrow. If something breaks, as ever, we'll be back at 6 o'clock. If not, the gang will be back at 9:30. We go a bit earlier, if you remember, on Sundays. But until then, take care and enjoy the rest of your night. Bye for now.